Okay, some highlights from Greatstockpix.com in our live trading chat room on Monday, September 23rd. You know what? RMTI was on Bounce Watch today. This was probably my best call of the day percentage-wise. RMTI is just crazy ahead of itself. I mean, look at it. Look at this run here from 550-ish all the way up to almost 12. Well, then it's down about 5 days in a row, kind of retesting the highs of the last, where it stopped the last time, also the 8-day moving average. So headed on Bounce Watch today. And it looked just, well, let me just show you the whole day. It's just easier that way. I called it long over this red candle here. See this red candle? You got a nice, couple things I liked about this. One, you had a little bear flag. These are 5-minute candles, and then a sell-off. And remember, this is already down, what, 4 or 5 days in a row. And then you get the push through the low of the day again. Where do you think all the stops are? And look at that volume. So it does a little stop run here, and then it's right back up. Now it's on my radar. Rather than having to take it if it breaks the high of the day later, and you can see the volume that comes in when that happens, I was looking for a better entry for us. So I called it long over this candle, 875, and a stop at 863. It came within a penny of stopping out, but did not stop out. And then we were able to, I told people that over 895, which is the open, this might get a little more oomph. So personally, I added a few there. I didn't call an ad. That's up to the individual trader. Remember, we were in from down here. But I added a few here, and then we got that high of day break. And that's a great place to sell, while others start to see RMTI hitting new highs for the day after however many days in a row that it couldn't, right? So there is a great time to be selling to those folks, and that's what we were doing. And it went up to 930, I think. So from an 875 entry up to 930, 931 is where it went actually. 56-cent move on a $9, $10, or $9 stock, sorry, is a real nice percentage gain. And I made some very nice money on RMTI. I also called CRUS right around this blue line here, but we only got about a 15, no, maybe a 20. Well, here, I'll show you exactly where I called it. I called it over this candle right here, 23.73, and we didn't even get a move to 24, but we were in the green from that call for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, so no reason for anybody to lose money on that one. Something that I pointed out today, and I didn't make any money on, was CLDX. If you've seen any of my videos, I talk about the buy zone all the time. CLDX was about the strongest stock on the planet, and it had this move here, and then it came down. The buy zone for me is an area where a stock might turn, a strong stock, and that's between the 8 and the 20. And I got some thank yous for this, so even though I didn't trade it, I pointed out because I typed in the chat room, and if you've been a member any length of time, you already know what this means. I typed in CLDX is in the buy zone. Okay, so you've got a really strong stock. It's down here between the 8 and the 20, and look at the turn right there. You could have taken it on this green 5, and it was all the way back up through the highs of the day. So, or even if you made it break this green 5, you're still over somewhere around 31.60, and you got to move to 32.90, so $1.30 from there. And again, the only reason I bring it up is because, one, it shows the power of that buy zone on a strong stock. Look at that turn right there. And two, I had some people that on my comment were thanking me and made some pretty good money on that one. So that's the only reason I bring it up, even though I didn't make a penny off of it. Just typing that in chat helps some others. Now, ANGI, one of our members, Jack, from the chat room, typed in about when ANGI looked like this. Now, ANGI had, and I'll bring the daily over here, a smaller version of it, had that pop on Friday, but Friday was options expiration and couldn't get going, but then was showing some strength again today. I didn't have it on watch, but Jack posted when it looked like this that he liked it over 22. I looked at the chart. I said, Jack, I agree with you. However, the SPY is weak, and so I didn't do anything with it, but I put it on my radar. And it just kept holding up among a weak tape. So we kept going and going, and at this point I said, I typed in the room, ANGI over high of day could work. I liked it because it was just flagging below the high of the day, and there's the high of day break. Stop always goes below the most recent low, so it's about 20 cents risk. The entry was over this early high, 22, I think 22.18, with a stop at 21.98. So 20 cents risk, and look at that. And again, this went up to 23.18, so it went up a full dollar on 20 cents risk. Never underwater after taking that. And I would have never been able to call that for the room if Jack hadn't posted it. It's just another example of the teamwork in there. Zozo typed in, this was a good call. Facebook, you all know how strong Facebook has been. Well, Facebook came up, hit 47, did a little flag, and when it looked about like this, Zozo called it over 47, and look what happens. There's a trigger, and pretty quickly to 47.55. That's easy money. Never underwater in that one either, and that's all I could muster. But you know what? That was a great alert by Zozo. CTB, more teamwork here. I almost hate to say teamwork because my only contribution here was saying CTB getting shape and volume. Okay, I didn't do anything with this one either. But Stephen B., one of our all-stars, watched this thing trade. He switched to 15-minute candles, which I'll do now. And he came up with a great idea for the room. He said, hey, if the buyers that started buying on this 15-minute candle fail, this could be a good short. Okay, so below this little green candle, 29.75, and a stop above this 15-minute candle. And look at that. It fell 99 cents. 99 cents a share right after, for the next 45 minutes after Stephen B.'s call. And it was a great idea. And if you look at the daily, another reason why he was pointing it out, remember the short was just below 30, it was 29.75. This had nothing to the left. This certainly had room to fall, and that was Stephen B.'s logic. So I loved the idea. And then I also called, this isn't really worthy of a highlight, but I called Pandora down here. Once it got below 24, I said, hey, this could be doing a stop run, because on 60s, you had a very nice, like 3 or 4 day base even, right at 24. So Pandora really didn't give me any kind of intraday shape change that I look for, but 24 was significant. And so I called it a 23.96 here with a stop 30 cents below. It never stopped out, and the highest it got was probably right here, 24.48. So, it did move up about 50 cents from my call without ever stopping out, but the stop was 30 cents below. So a 50-cent move on a 30-cent risk isn't necessarily worthy of a highlight video, but I think several of us did make money on Pandora. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.